What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's your boy Noname, back at it with another recap of the Giants training camp public practice. This is number 10, I believe. My bad, I never got practice number 9 out to y'all. I was doing a couple other videos at the time, and then after that, life happens, just kind of got a little bit busy, and there's no point in me doing a recap of practice number 9 now. It's already been almost a week, if not over a week, since it's happened. So y'all probably already got the details on that, but let's go over practice number 10, which was a very offense heavy day. A lot of people that showed out were the guys on the offensive end, specifically Eli Manning and Saquon Barkley. And I find it kind of funny that this is the practice that these guys really decide to show out, because with the obvious breakout performance of Daniel Jones in his NFL preseason debut against the Jets past Thursday night, there's been a lot of buzz going on surrounding the Giants quarterback situation and just in general surrounding Daniel Jones. And Daniel Jones performed really well. I did a whole recap video of that. I'll put the link up in that the little eyeball on the top right of your screen there for you guys to go check it out. I was definitely impressed with Daniel Jones. This is something I want to see. This is something I wasn't fully expecting. I was expecting him to perform well because a lot of people underestimate the kid, but I did not expect him to perform that well, going 5 for 5, 67 yards and a touchdown, with a touchdown throw being something that took great timing, great placement, great chemistry with your receiver, and he does have great chemistry with Benny Fowler. I don't think anybody expected that. And the reason I say it's kind of funny, this is the practice Eli chooses to show out, is because you go online, you go to Giants.com, you go to GiantsWire, you go to NJ.com, the usual 3 websites, Big Blue News, that cover the New York Giants practices and stuff. They're all calling it Eli's best performance in the summer, and some of them are calling it his best performance in years, practice-wise. This is clearly, I don't want to say like I obviously know the guy or anything, like, oh, I could predict why he performed well, but this is, if we're going to be honest here, let's just use some logic. This is probably because of all the buzz surrounding Daniel Jones. Your backup, even though he's a rookie, but the guy that was basically selected to replace you goes out there and impresses everybody, and then you come back and you have the best effort you've had in years, kind of like to remind people, hey, I'm still the starter, I'm still the guy, I'm still the one that's going to go out there come NFL Sunday and play for the Giants, not Daniel Jones. I kind of find that funny. And the same thing for Saquon, but in a different sense, because Saquon didn't play and because of the summer and all that, everybody just kind of forgot what this guy is. Like, I've seen people out there calling him overrated, like it's crazy. They kind of forgot what Saquon is, and he came out and had one of his best practices too. He's like, I didn't get to perform, but I'm still out here. I'm still the best running back in the league. Eli is still saying, I still got it. If he does, we'll see, but let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into it. So Eli said, Daniel, you went 5 for 5. I'm going to go 10 for 10 on his first 10 passes. Guys didn't miss a beat, hit every one of his receivers, no drop passes, anything like that. Great to see that. Most of his throws were like past the line of scrimmage too. Like, one of the worst things for a Giants fan last year was Eli did have a better completion percentage, yes, but a main reason for that was a lot of checkdowns, a lot of screen passes to Barkley, and kind of like what we saw in the preseason game where it was a 3rd and 7, they just ran the ball. There were similar plays to that last season where it's like a 3rd and long and he throws the ball, but it's behind, it's behind the goal that we need to get to. Like, he throw a 6-yard pass on a play where we needed 8 yards or something like that. So it's great to see that in this practice, and hopefully it translates onto the field, that he was definitely taking a bit more deep shots. His first throw, if not one of his first throws, was a deep one to Saquon. He had another pinpoint pass to Latimer, who he's been developing quite some chemistry with this offseason. Something we hoped to see last year, but obviously Cody got an injury. Hopefully he stays healthy this year. He could be a good number 3, because from all the reports that are coming out, him and Manning have been connecting a lot on the field. And not only did he have some good deep passes to both of these guys, he had several touchdowns passed to them too. Saquon was doing his thing. He was really running past both our safeties and our linebackers. Now, we all knew he always had the speed to get past linebackers, but to see him blow past safeties, whether it was his shiftiness or just pure agility and quickness of the guy, it's nice to see that he's improved in that sense too. He was lined up against Michael Thomas and beat him. He ran a go route, ran straight past him, caught the pinpoint throw from Eli. When it was an over-shoulder pass, would have counted as a touchdown. He had another one against what seems to be up-and-comer Tay Davis, who a lot of people believe can take that job, the starting position, as the second middle linebacker. I think he has a good chance too, but he's definitely going to have a good competition from BJ Goodson, who seems to be fighting for a roster spot, and Ryan Connolly, who showed out in the preseason game and all in all seems to be a good middle linebacker, good mechanisms, has some good leadership qualities on the field and all that, which you need as a field general. And he went up the field instead of going outside or inside. He just went straight up, blew past him, got a pass from a big play. Eli connected with Golden Tate, who he's also had good chemistry with, but today it was mostly between Saquon and Cody that his passes went to. He connected with Golden Tate, who caught it in between Corey Ballantyne and Antoine Bethea. That end zone pass to Cody Latimer was another back shoulder fade where he beat Corey Ballantyne. And he had another touchdown pass, which was a deep sideline route, also beating Corey Ballantyne. And it's okay that Corey Ballantyne's getting beat. I mean, he's a rookie, he has a lot to improve on, but based on where he's come from so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I would not be surprised if he's like our number 4 or maybe even number 3 corner going into this year. And another way you know this was truly Eli's best practice is this was the first time Shurmur actually acknowledged some type of improvement in Eli. And I mean like straight up, straightforward, said it blatantly. Shurmur claimed that this was Eli's best practice. He said he's looked better than he did last year. His arm strength is improved. And he's got a real good grasp of what they're doing offensively. Before, when he was asked similar questions, Shurmur would just say, very vague things. Like he'd say Eli's still the same as he was last summer, and that's a hard worker, a good leader. This was the first time he's actually noted some improvement in the quarterback. And moving on to Barkley, it seems that I mentioned he's improved in his quickness and agility. It's really hard to improve in speed once you get to the size that Barkley is, but in the receiving game today, he really looked like a wide receiver. You could have forgotten this guy was a star running back and thought he was a star wide receiver. He was breaking ankles and breaking. I mentioned Cody Latimer before. One last thing I would like to say on his part is I really hope he stays healthy, because we could afford just 0 more wide receiver casualties, whether it's a physical injury or some type of other ban. And it's looking like that Golden Tate ban is going to remain 4 games. Nothing has come out as to whether or not the penalty is going to be reduced. So to have Latimer improve in his game, improve his chemistry with both Daniel Jones and Eli, has second year under his belt now with the offensive playbook that Shurmur runs, and him being healthy, we could have a good wide receiver core of reliable people that could catch balls and run with it. Speaking of injuries, unfortunately, DeAndre Baker had to leave the practice early. Seemed he was dealing with some type of knee pain. Hope he gets better. It didn't look too serious. There wasn't really any questions about it after practice. No comments from Shurmur or Betcher about it. And because he left, that means next man up was Corey Ballantyne. He had a lot of good defensive reps with the first team, which is why he was lined up against Latimer a couple of times. And it's nice to see that he's getting that, because based off of the preseason game and based off of other reports, he's really sort of skyrocketed since he came in as a rookie. And with these reps, there's only good that could come from it. Whether he's making mistakes in the practice or doing good in the practice, he's learning. And it's good to see that he's practicing against the best that he can at the moment, which is our first team. And another defensive back that made a great play today was safety Sean Chandler, who I expect to be like our 4th or 5th safety going into this year, with Jabril Peppers and Antoine Bethea being the 1 and 2, backup being Michael Thomas, and then maybe Sean Chandler. But he had a nice interception in the end zone today on Daniel Jones, and this was where it was a case of the pass rush helping out the defensive backs. It would have been a sack for the pass rush had tackling and sacking actually been allowed during the practices. They rushed him really well, made kind of a hasty throw, and then Sean Chandler went up for the interception. So that was really the main moments from today and main players that stood out. Like I said, I kind of find it funny that this was Eli's best practice following what was clearly an excited and positive, genuinely positive and hopeful response from the fans about Daniel Jones. Maybe this was what he needed, man. Maybe the fire under his belly wasn't really lit yet. We drafted the guy 6th overall. Maybe Eli thought that, his job was safe. he's clearly been preparing himself to do better this year, because I think everybody knows might be his last year. But now it's like the fire got even bigger with him coming out and really showing out, being very aggressive during practice, trying to make everything work. So I hope this continues, because like I've said, we've had this before. We've had times in the past, in previous training camps, where every report that's coming out say Eli looks like the best he has in years, and then in the regular season we go out there and we win 6 games out of like the 16 that we possibly can, or we go out there, we miss the playoffs. You know, like I'd like to see this translate and be sustained throughout the regular season. So that's what I got for y'all. Let me know what you all think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, subscribe. I'm out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Put your comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Until next time, I'm out. Yeah.